Fire, 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 fire.
All right, chat, how many of you guys have gotten self-help books? I've never picked up one in my life. I've been suggested it many times when I was like, I don't know, maybe like in middle school and high school. I've never done it. The only ones that I think I've ever heard of was the really famous one that talks about like business or something. I forget what it's called. It's one of the like best selling, you know, what is it called, like self-help books or something. I forget what it's called, but like it's up there. I'd recognize the title if someone named it. Heart of the Deal? No. Not Heart of the Deal. Atomic Habits, that was it. Yes, I've heard about that one. I think my brother read it and said it was pretty good. But anyway, I saw this tweet and it's about self-help books. It's quite interesting. Just let me read it for you. So, self-help books for women versus men aren't selling the same story. Gee, I wonder why. If you walk through the self-help section and compare the books marketed to men with those aimed at women, the contrast is striking. The books for men tend to emphasize stoicism, discipline, and self-sufficiency. Become more focused. Toughen up. Don't let the world knock you off your path. No one is coming to save you. The message is essentially that you need to strengthen yourself and earn your way forward. Self-help for men, you must. For women, it's you deserve. I think someone already knows where this is going, huh? It's a smart little chatter right there. The books for women, by contrast, rarely begin with the idea that you're lacking something that needs to be built. Instead, the theme is closer to, you're already great, but you keep getting in your own way. Oh my lord. Oh jeez. The world hasn't recognized your value. The world, by the way. Because you haven't fully accepted it yourself. The promise is that once you stop beating yourself up and embrace who you already are, others will see it too. Two very different messages, one built around improvement, the other around affirmation. I bet you it's gonna talk about accountability or whatnot. What do you think, chat? Yeah. Alright, let's watch this little video. What's this guy saying?
Observation was that if you look through the self-help section in the bookstore and you look at books targeted toward men versus targeted toward women, the message is very different. So a lot of like the male self-help books are like a lot of stoic stuff, like, you know, you need to learn how to become more focused or more disciplined, or stop letting the world affect you and focused on your goal. You need to be strong and improve.
You need to pick yourself up by your bootstraps.
Yourself. You know, no one's going to do you any favors. You know, a lot of self-sufficiency kind of stuff. Whereas the self-help targeted toward women, it's not you know, you're nothing right now, but if you work really hard, maybe you can turn yourself into something with effort. It's more so you're already you know, you're already great as you are.
Yeah, you're beautiful, queen. It doesn't matter that you have a little bit of flaws and stuff. You're still a beautiful butterfly.
But the problem is that you just keep beating yourself up. And that the world just hasn't recognized how great you are because you keep holding yourself back mentally from accepting that you're great. So it's not so much, you know, you suck, but you work hard and you'll suck less. It's you're already great, but you just keep beating yourself up. And once you accept yourself as you are, then everyone else will recognize how great you are too. Very different.
You know what's weird? I grew up in an Eastern European household, and like obviously I was still treated a lot softer compared to like my brother. But I still got hammered with like, you need to do it for yourself. Like nobody owes you anything. Like you gotta be at least relatively self-sufficient and find yourself a partner, right? Like that's how I grew up, right? It wasn't like, oh, Alana, you deserve everything. You don't work hard, and like you know, everyone has to look out for you because you're a girl and you need to see yourself as something beautiful. Like, if I started crying about my self-esteem, you want to know what my fucking parents would tell me? You're being stupid. Shut up. Get over it. Like, I don't know. I feel like I was raised in like maybe like a more male household. Like, obviously my mom was a little bit softer than my dad, but like overall, I would say that this whole like Western, oh, you're beautiful no matter what. Like, my parents were fucking kind of mean. Like, low-key a little bit mean. Like, a little bit. I'll tell you a little anecdote. I'll tell you a little anecdote after I go through this. It's quite funny. But like, again, I have to think to myself how there's like this concept out there that there's that men are born with zero value and they have to like earn all of it, and that women are born with value and slowly lose it as they get older. It's something like, and I'm gonna speak in generalizations, so like hear me out. I know this isn't always true. Women, especially if you have like really good genes, don't have to work very hard to be beautiful, and that is a lot of their value. Men, however, again, generally speaking, have to work out, get big muscles, get a good job, make a lot of money, so they can provide for their family. Even once they have their family, they have to protect it. Like, they have to maintain the state, right? And those accomplishments and those accolades, so to speak, stack up over time. They're like buffs. So they gain value as they get older. I think it was like Asmon who said it. Like, men play a late game build. And women play a leveling build. Like, you're really good at leveling up to like level 30, but then you start falling off. Yeah, and if you're less than 6 feet, then may even don't help you. Yeah, pretty much. He said early game advantage. Yeah, you're playing a leveling build, so you have an early game advantage compared to men. That's why a lot of these women, like cougars and stuff, think older men are hot and desirable. Meanwhile, like, most guys think women over 30 are hags and like are either used up or dried up, or they just like they don't want to even look at them, right? That's just the reality of it. I love hags. I would date a hag, not gonna lie. Well, I'm just saying, generally speaking. Maybe you guys do, but the point I'm getting at is that the self-help books for men are generally correct, in my opinion. Men have to fight for everything. They have to fight tooth and nail since like day one, pretty much. They're constantly working, constantly striving. That's how it's always been, right? So encouraging men to like believe in themselves and toughen up and pull themselves up by the bootstraps and go work out, and like, you're gonna be better once you like get a little bit of muscle on you or you lose some weight, right? And then you focus on achieving your goals. In most cases, I think that's correct. I think that's the correct mindset. The problem is with women's self-help books, because women's self-help books take this like concept that you're born with this value, and because of that value, your looks, that is the inherent value of girls, you deserve everything. And you can see this concept out in the real world. Like, you actually can. It's not just the self-help books at all. I'm not saying this is just a book problem, right? This is why we've seen so many videos of people asking women, what do you bring to the table, as in like in a relationship, in regards to that? And they're just like, oh my god, me, I bring myself. Oh my god, I bring myself to the table. Cause I'm hot and I'm like good at having sex. Oh my god, like, I am the table. Yeah, I am the table. That was it. That's right. That was the video. It was very funny. So, but you get my point though. Like that actually is some sort of like psychological thing that women fucking say and go through, and they're like, oh my god, I'm the table. I bring a lot to the table. You have to bring me money and protection. You have to have a house, and also you have to have a big peepee, and you have to always be there for me, and you have to have a Maserati and a Ferrari, and also you have to like work a lot, and also give me a lot of money so that I can buy my Louboutin Gucci bag. So like you get my point though. You're as wide as the table, but like I'm serious though, and I think ultimately it's really destructive, because that mindset not only like sabotages your ability to find like real relationships, but it ruins them once you find one as well. If the entire mindset we give women is that they're beautiful and perfect as they are, they'll never learn to like introspect. They'll never learn accountability. Every argument or disagreement with this hypothetical husband, maybe they get married or they have a boyfriend, like a long-term boyfriend, that disagreement, that argument is always gonna be the husband's fault. Their relationships will be entirely one-sided and selfish. It also encourages them to cheat or file for divorce instantly as soon as something bad happens. Again, because they deserve more, right? And so if a higher value guy comes around, they'll just drop the dude they're with. And again, I think I have pretty good role models for like parents. Like they didn't get divorced, like they just didn't. And I remember them arguing a lot, but they never talked about like just straight up breaking up. Never. But like you hear about this shit all the time on TikTok about people just like, oh my god, he like did this thing and like I'm tired, and instead of talking it out, I'm gonna file for divorce. Like I just don't feel it anymore. And it's like, what the fuck? Like, what? That kind of mindset is self-sabotaging. It's really bad. Those be real self-help books aren't there actually after they're making money and to sell their separate programs. They go for the easy route that will make the person feel better. Yeah, but but by that logic, wouldn't you read about how wouldn't men's self-help books say, oh, well, you're beautiful no matter what, you're handsome no matter what, you have value? Wouldn't the same thing go for men if it was like that? By that logic? Because that doesn't work for men. Men know better? Sounds gay, Alana! Okay, alright. Point taken. Sure, okay. You want my honest opinion? I know, this might be like a fucking hot take. You want my honest opinion? I don't think female self-help books should exist. I think there should be just self-help books, period. Hear me out. No gender-based self-help books. That's what I think. Just like universal self-improvement, believe in yourself, never give up, lose some weight, brush your hair, you know, like eat some nice food, don't put McDonald's in your fucking mouth all the time. Doesn't matter if you're a boy or a girl. If your goal is to improve, excuse me, I'm kind of gassy, Jesus. Ew. If your goal is to like, yeah, I was saying, yeah, if your goal is to improve, the message is supposed to be the same. Like, it shouldn't be like, oh my god, you're a girl, you're beautiful, no matter what. And like a guy, it shouldn't be like pushing only for guys to be like, pull yourself up by the bootstraps, blah, 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 blah. Like, in my opinion, I don't think that's a good thing. The kind of self-help books that exist for women right now, they don't do anything. They unironically encourage bad behavior, zero accountability, zero self-reflection. It's self-help, not self-improvement books, though. Yeah, but why is self-improvement books for men is like, oh, you know, get more money, get more bitches, get, you know, get more muscles, get your pee-pee will look better when you lose some weight, you know what I'm saying? I think the argument is psychologically men and women are different. They way to help each other is different, but I don't believe it. I also never looked deep into psychology and science for that. Well, that's what I don't understand. Like, I am still very female brained, so like, I can understand growing up in an environment where I got told, like, pull yourself up by the bootstraps, quit saying that shit and being a weenie. But then I'm also female coded where, you know, I'm a little bit emotional. I need a little head pet on the head a little bit. Everything's gonna be okay. Again, like, they don't do anything. I think they kind of encourage bad behavior. In my opinion, as a woman, you'd be better off going to a therapist than reading one of those female self-help books, because the therapist can help you work through the way you feel. The way you feel you do, right? Instead of just saying you deserve everything. I think it's infinitely more valuable to explore why you feel downtrodden as a woman, so you can address those feelings at the source. Like, maybe you have trauma or whatever. I don't, you know, whatever the fuck. Instead of just reading a book that tells you you're perfect and ignore those feelings because nothing's your fault and you deserve better. I don't like that. It's just cringe. As a man, I have an issue. I search for a solution, not endlessly whine about. It's like a woman whining about self-help books and doing unnecessary deep dive. Well, I don't know. I don't know how it works. I mean, I feel like I'm a little bit different from... I hate it when I say this out loud, but I feel like I don't know. I just feel like I'm not the same. Like, I have self-reflection in that sense. Male self-help book, Control F, you have to, 342 results. Female self-help book, Control F, you deserve 764 results. This is what I meant. This goes back to my point. It's like, you deserve better. You deserve a big man with a big peepee. It's like, in men, it's like, you have to work on yourself. You have to stop giving a fuck what other people think. Yeah, I've actually read like a lot of, not self-help books, but self-improvement books where it's like, you have to stop giving a shit about what everyone else thinks and just do it. Stop giving a fuck, because it's like a roadblock in your brain. They're right. We have to have the big peepee because the woman deserves it. There's nothing wrong with an average or below average peepee, chat. It's good enough. No. Type motivation into YouTube and it's all for men. Actually true. The famous ASMR, what is it called? The Batman ASMR talking you up, the AI one. That was so funny. Yeah. The one where it's like talking to you and be like, you have to work on yourself, King. Stop focusing on bitches and improve yourself. It's, yeah, the AI Batman. Yeah, overcoming your porn addiction. That was it. That was the funny one, dude. What is this? This is accurate and it's a good thing. Men need to make society function. The traits described are a means to that end. Self-help for women aims to neutralize the forces that drive them to ruin themselves and protect the purpose that motivate men to make society function. No, it doesn't, man. No! It encourages women to ignore all feedback and negative qualities they have and have zero introspection into just blindly tell themselves that they're perfect. And then it creates this narcissistic personality where everything is someone else's fault and they become miserable to be around. I've seen it happen, like in real life, in real time. Yes, this is a real thing. It's very commonplace, especially in women that get broken up with and they're like, oh, I need to read a self-help book, and then it's just like, oh, I had zero accountability. Like, I understand there's two sides to every story. If you break up, like, you know, that's how Karens are made. Yeah, pretty much. That's what I'm saying. They don't need self-help books if they hate themselves. They need a fucking therapist. Self-help should have the same message regardless of gender. You should work out, get a fat ass, I don't know, learn how to cook. If you want to impress someone, be really good at something. Like, generally speaking, if a girl or a boy are good at something, it's impressive to that person. Yeah, like, it's not that fucking deep. My eggs are gone. Give them back. Stop teaching people entitlement. Yeah, and I think that's a massive problem in the West, in my opinion. No one is gonna buy a book that says, "Hey, do better. Thanks for the money." Ha ha. What do you mean? It exists for men. If I had a book that I could read that could motivate me and it was like relatively personalized, I would probably buy it. Like, I've had moments where I'm like, oh man, like, I just don't have any encouragement. I don't want to go cry to my parents. I don't want to cry to anybody. I can't cry to stream because it's like really personal, right? Like, I'm just saying. That's why they're both bad. I don't think both are bad. I really don't. Hey, do better. Thanks for the money. Is an entire fucking industry of Twitter scammers now. But if you read Atomic Habits, like, I read a little script of it. I didn't read the entire book. My brother said that shit changed his life. It did. Like, he cemented it in his brain. Like, it's got actual good ideas and good like habits you can form through anything, like through any aspect of life. I don't, and I wouldn't call it a self-help book. It's more just like it's just a book. Like, I wouldn't say it's a self-help book. Yeah, I don't know. Knowledge. Yeah, there we go. It's knowledge, exactly. But anyway, this is obviously true. The same message is also reflected in the messaging of practically any contemporary show, movie that stars a female protagonist. You are perfect. You are flawless. Everything that makes you feel otherwise is oppressive and evil. I did watch K-pop Demon Hunters and it was very, very girl bossy. It was, yes. Modern Disney, Mulan and Ray, for example. Mulan had the... Again, this goes into like gender roles and like her hiding herself to be a male throughout the entirety of the army sequence. Like, I think that's a different perspective on it. Like, I kind of agree, but I kind of disagree. Because it's like, it goes into it. But you know what I'm saying? He means the new Mulan. Oh, yeah, the new Mulan where she has like no development of like sucking at something and then she doesn't like, yeah, so in the new Mulan, I actually really hated the new Mulan. The old Mulan was good where she develops into a strong fighter and does the sequence where like she's still pretending to be a boy. And then she gets found out for being a girl, and then they kick her out, but then she goes and helps them anyway because she loves them and, you know, like, not loves them, but, like, cares for them. And I think that was beautiful. Even I was, like, when I was a kid and I watched it, I understood the concept of, like, you need to, like, push through hardship to get to that point. And I don't think it was tied to gender that deeply either. It was, like, more about being a good person. And then the new Mulan was like, I'm amazing at everything. I have absolutely no character development. I just, like, everybody falls and fawns at my feet because I'm the most amazing warrior princess. And it's like, that's not good story writing. I don't think so. I don't think it's a good story writing at all. Yeah. The new Little Mermaid saving herself instead of the prince. Oh man, yeah, I don't know. I would hate to be a kid growing up now because like old Disney was just more wholesome. But anyway, that's just kind of like my 2 cents on the whole self-help thing. K-pop Demon Hunters actually shows the girls to have flaws and still have struggles to overcome. I think it's closer to how girls should be written. I still think old Disney from like the early 2000s and 90s is a lot more I wouldn't say nuanced, but like it's not about like being a girl and being a girl boss and like you have inherent powers instantly and you just save everyone immediately, that kind of thing. I think K-pop Demon Hunter had a good message overall, like, oh, you can overcome your problems if you're together with your friends and it doesn't matter that you're, you know, something's wrong with you, people are still gonna care for you. I don't think it was that bad. I think I enjoyed it for what it was. It was okay. But anyway, I don't know. I just think that self-help books need to not be so gendered. It's about fucking being a better person and not about, oh, I can't take any accountability, I'm a girl. I'm flawless no matter what. I weigh 400 pounds and nobody loves me. It must be everybody else's fault. You need to accommodate for me. I need to stuff more Big Macs in my mouth.
Fire, fire, fire.